जब ते कुमति कुरु मत जेयतयो खंड खंड होए हृदयो न गयो बार मागत मन वही वर मागत मन वही नहीं पीरा गरी न जिया मोह परे हो न कीरा भूप प्रतीति तोरी की मरण काल विधि मति हरि लीनी विधि हुन नारी दय गति जानी सकल कपट गुण खानी सरल सुशील धर्म रत राम सोगी में जान सुभाव अस को जीव जंतु जग माही जही रघुनाथ प्राण प्रिय नाही भयति अहित राम तेहि तोहि को तू अहित सत्य कहु मोहि जो हसि सो हसि मुह सिवाई आँखें उतयुति बैठ ही जाई राम विरोधी हृदय ते प्रगत कीन विधि मोन मोह समान को पात की वाजिका कछुतो होई सुनी शत्रु मातु कुटिलाई डरही गात्री सकछु न बसाई तही अवसर कुंवरी तहयाई वसन विभूषण विविध बनाई लकीर से भरे लखन लघु भ्राई भरत भरत यन लघुर्त अहोति पाई उमगिरि उमगिरि लात तकी कुंवर हमारा परि मुहवर मही करत पुकारा कुंवर कुते दलित दसन मुख रुधिर प्रचारो महदय में कान चावा करत निख फलो अनैत पावा सुनीरि पुहन लखीन कसिक ओटी लगे घसीटन धनी धनी ज्योति भरत दयानिधि दीनि चराई कौशल्या पहि गए धो भाई मलिन वसन विवरण विकल कृष्ण शरीर दुख भार कनक कल्पवर वो बेली मन मान हो हनी तुषार हो भरत ही देखि मातु युति थाई भरत ही देखि मातु युति थाई मूर्छित यवनि परे जहि आई देखत भरत विकल भई बारी परे चरण तन दशा बिसारी मातु तात कह देहि दिखाई कह सिया राम लखन दो भाई कह किया कत जनमी जग मारा जो जनमी भय कहि न बाजा कहा कूल कलंक जहि जन्म मोहि अपद सभाजन प्रियजन द्रोही को त्रिभुवन मोहि सरिसय भागे गति असि तोरि मातु देहि लागे बिजु सुरपुर बन रघुवर केतु मैं केवल सबयन रत हेतु दिग्मोहि भयउ बेनु बन आगे दूसहता दुख ओ दूषण भागे मातु भरत के बचन मृदु सुनि पुनि उति संभारे लिए उठाई लगाए और लोचन मोच दीवारे सरल सुभाय माय ही लाए अति हित मन हो राम फिर आए भेजु बहुरी लखन लघु बाई सो कुसने हुन हृदय समाए हरे देखी सुबाहु कहत सब कोई राम मातु यस काहि न होई माता भरत हो माता भरत गोद बैठारे आसु भोज ब्रज बचन उचारे अजहु बचु हाजहु बचन अरहु बचु लहि धीरज धरहु हो कुसमहु समुझ शोक परिहरे जनि मान हो हानि गलानी काल करम गति अगतित जानी काहु ही दोष देहु जनि दाता हुआ मोहि सब विधि वाम विधाता जो एक मोहिया आवाज हो अजब हो जाने कात ही भावा पितायस भूषण बसन तात तजे रघुवीर विषमो हरचो न हृदय कछु कहिरे बल कल मूक प्रसन्न मन रंगन रोसो सब कर सब विधि करे परितोषो चले विपिन सुने सिया संग लागी रहे न राम चरण अनुरागी सुनत ही लखनु चले उति साथा रही न जतन किए रघुनाथा तब रघुपति सबही सिरुनाई चले संग सियारो लघुमाई राम लखन सिया बनहि सिधाई गए न संगन प्राण पठाई यहु सब भाई आगु गया है तो नत जातनु जीवय भागे मोहिन लाजनी जन निहारी राम सरिस सुत में महतारी जिए मरे भल भूपति जाना मोर हृदय सत कुलिश समान कौशल्या के वचन सुनी भरत सहित निवास व्याकुल बिलपत राज ग्रह मानहु शोक निवास विलपहि विकल भरत दो भाई कौशल्या लिए हृदय लगाई भांति अनेक भरत समुझाई कहे विवेकमय वचन सुनाई भरत हो मातु सकल समुझाई कही पुराण श्रुति कथा सुहाई चल विहीन सुचि सरल सुवानी बोले भरत जोरी जुग पानी जय मातु पिता सुत मारे गई जाने। जय घतिया बालक बद कीने, मीत मही प्रतिमा पुरदीने। जे पातक पात कयई, कर्म बचन मन भव कभी कही। ते पातक मोहि हो विधाता, जो यह होई मोर मत मार। जे परिहरि हरिहर चरण, भजहि भूतगण घोर। तेहि के गति मोहि देव, विधि जाओ जननी मत मोर। बेचहि बेधु धरमु दूलेहि, हित सुन स्मराय पाप कहि देहि। कपति कुटिल कल कपति कुटिल कल, प्रिय क्रोधी वेद विदूषक विश्व विरोधी। लोभी लंबत प्रचारा, देता कहीं पर धनु पर धारा। पाओ में तिनके गति घोरा, जननी मत मोरा। जे नहीं साधु संग अनुरागे, परमार्थ पत विमुख भागे। जे न भजहि हरि नरतनु पाई, जिनहि न हरि हर सुजसु सोहाई। तजि श्रुति पंतु वाम पत चलहि, वंद्य कवरचि बेच जगु चलहि। तिलके गति मोहि शंकर देव, जननी जावयहु जानौ भेऊ। मातु भरत के वचन सुनी, सोच सरल सुभान। कहती राम प्रिय तात तुम, सदा वचन मन का। राम प्राण होते प्राण तुम्हारे, तुम रघुपति ही प्राण होते प्यारे। बांधु विष चवै प्रभुगाही, कोई बारी करवारी विरागी। भय ज्ञान वरुमित न मोहि, तुम राम ही प्रतिकूल न हो। मत तुम्हार्यहु जो जग कही, तो सपने सुख सुख दिन लही। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। हस कही मातु भरत ही उलाए, धन पय श्रवहि नयन जल छाए। करत पीला बहुत ही भांति, बैठे ही बीती गई सब राती। वामदेव वशिष्ठ तब आई, सचिव महाजन सकल भुलाए। मुनि बहुति भांति भरत उपदेश, कही परमारथ वचन सुदेश। तात हृदय धीरजु धरहु, करहु जो अवसर याद। उते भरत गुर वचन सुनी, करन कहेऊ सबका। नृपतनु वेद विदित परम विचित्र मानु बनावा। गही पद भरत मातु सब राखी, रही रानी दर्शनय अभिलाषी। चंदनय कर भार बहुआए, हमें तयनेक सुगंध सुहाए। सरयू तीर रचिता बनाई, जनु सुरपुर सोपान सुहाई। एहि विधि दाह क्रिया सब कीन्ही, विधि विधिवत न्याय तिलांजलि दीनी। सीधी सुमृति सब वेद पुराना, कीन्ह भरत दशगात विधाना। जह जस मुनिवर आय सुदीना, कहत सहस भांति सब कीन्हा। भय विशुद्ध दिए सब दाना, वेणुवादि गजबान नाना। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। सिंहासन भूषण वसन, अम्रधरणी धन धाम। दिए भरत लही भूमि सुर, भे परिपूर्ण काम। सियावर रामचंद्र वर जय शरणम, शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम।
Again, and just continuing, just a few house announcements that I want to make. While we are here, let us all please remember to follow all our updated COVID protocols. If it is that anybody needs to use the washroom, we do have washrooms situated at the back and the hall downstairs. If you go straight out to the back, you'll see two double doors, blue doors. You walk straight through two pairs of blue doors, straight down to the back. It's the last door on the left-hand side. You will see a stage, you will see the hall set up with tables. Anybody has any emergencies, please contact or look for myself or any one of us with the sash. We will be able to assist. I do hope that this evening is educational, spiritual for everybody, and do enjoy. Sitaram, Hari Om.
साथी है मित्र गंगा के जल बिंदु पान तक, अर्धांगिनी बढ़ेगी तो केवल मकान तक। परिवार सब लोग चलेंगे स्मशान तक, बेटा भी हक निभाएगा तो अग्निदान तक। इससे तो आगे, इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। मेला रहेगा कायम न जग का जमेला रहेगा।
जीवन ये डोर का मेला रहेगा कायम न जग का जमेला रहेगा।
जीवन ये 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा कायम न जग का जमेला रहेगा।
जीवन ये डोर का मेला रहेगा कायम न जग का जमेला रहेगा।
इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन खेला रहेगा।
इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा।
सीताराम 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 सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। राम कथा के ते अधिकारी,
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी,
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
सीताराम चरण रति मोरे,
श्री राम जय जय राम।
अनुदिन बढ़ऊ अनुग्रह तोरे,
श्री राम जय जय राम।
राम चरण बारिज जब देखऊं,
श्री राम जय जय राम।
तब निज जन्म सफल करी लेखऊं।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
मोरे तुम प्रभु गुरु पितु माता,
श्री राम जय राम।
जाऊं कहाँ तजी पद जल जाता,
श्री राम जय राम।
कोमल चित्त अति दीन दयाला,
श्री राम जय राम।
कारण बिनु रघुनाथ कृपाला,
श्री राम जय राम।
उमा कहूँ मैं अनुभव अपना,
श्री राम जय राम।
सत हरि भजन जगत सप सपना,
श्री राम जय
सत हरि भजन जगत सब सपना।
श्री राम जय राम।
सत हरि भजन जगत सब सपना।
श्री राम जय राम
जय
जय राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बो फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता। सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती। सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती। निःशेषजाड्यापहा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। लोकाभिरामम् रणरङ्गधीरम् राजीवनेत्रम् रघुवंशनाथम् कारुण्यरूपम् करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं धीमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं नरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीताराम राम राम। बोलो
राम 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 सीताराम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीताराम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीताराम राम राम।
मंगल भवन मंगलहारी द्रव उस दशरथ अजीर बिहारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए बरु बचन न जाई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई, राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
अवध तहाँ जहाँ राम निवासु, तहि दिवस जहाँ भानु प्रकाशु।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
काहू न को सुख दुख करदाता, निज कृत कर्म भोग सब भ्राता।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा, जो जस करई सो तस फलु चाखा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम एकता बसती अतारी, नाम कोटि कल कुमति सुधारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
नहीं कलि कर मन भगति विवेकु, राम नाम अवलंबन एकु।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
होई सोई जो राम रचि राखा, वो करि तर्क बढ़ावे शाखा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। बोलो
राम 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 सीता
Ramachandra ki jai. Let me welcome all of you to this satsang tonight. If you're joining us now for the first time, we are in the Ayodhya Kaanda, and we stopped at Doha number 160 last night. Bharatahi visareu pitu maran. Bharat heard the news of what had happened, what had transpired. And from who? From his own mother only, Kaikeyi. And when he realized that he was the cause for his father's death and for the exile of Bhagwan Ram, Tulsidashi describes, Bharatahi bisareu pitu maran, forgetting now his father's death and hearing the exile of Rama. Sunata Rama bana gaun, 160, Hetu apanapau jani jia takitara he thari maun. He became silent and immovable, became like a stone, could not talk and could not move. Bikala bilo ki sutahi samujhavati manahu jare para lona lagavati. And now Kaikeyi had already done what all this when Bharat was not there. Then now she tells him about what she has done. And in his condition now, she tries to, means he became like stone. Thakit means still could not move. And could not speak also. And now she tried to convince him. Now, tat rau nahi soche. That there is no need for you to worry about the king. There is no need for you to worry about this king. When the king is not, you have to see the presentation in our detail. Tat rau nahi soche jogu. The king is not fit to be lamented for. Right? A terrible presentation also. The king is not fit to be lamented for. Jogu means fit. Birai sukrita jasukin heu bhogu. He has amassed a lot of punya karma in his lifetime. And he has gotten a lot of fame. And so he enjoyed it. He enjoyed his results of his punya karma and all his fame. Jivata sakala janma phala paye. He got the results of his whole life of punya karma, dharma, and he got fame and everything. Anta amarapati sadana siddhai. And in the end, he went to Indralok. Tulsidashi's description of this, he says, it is like, and see where the statement come from? Manahu jare para lona lagavati. Like putting salt in the wound. This is the exact translation. So it is not an English phrase. Lone word means salt only. Lonu. Lavan. Lonu in Avati. So, these are not English. All these phrases which we use, every one of them we find in scriptures. All English phrases. Putting salt in the wound. Don't think it was started here by somebody, This is in Ramayana also. And she tells, the king is not, there is no need to, this is putting it lightly, not worth lamenting for. Sunisutu sahameu rajakumar. Now, hearing these terrible words of Kaikeyi, Pake chata janu laga agaru. It gets worse than putting salt in the wound now. What is that? It's like, after putting salt in the wound, you put burning coal. Embers. Ember? Put burning coal in the wound. Dilraj thari bhari lehi usas. And now Bharat, after saying all of this, now, I want you to see what is going on in Bharat's mind also. Please see this thing. Bharat, when he heard about the death of the king, he became So miserable. First thing. Then further to that, he heard about the exile of Rama. And how did Rama get exiled? Because she requested 2 boons. When that happened, he realized he is the cause. This is what we ended with last night. He is the cause for the exile of Rama. And Tulsidaji writes also that now he forgot the death of his father. So what is the important thing in his mind now? The important thing in his mind is the exile of Ram. He forgot about the death of Dasharath. But mar gaye to mar gaye. He's died, yes? Died. Oh, you can't do anything. But Brahma, exiled. So that is the uppermost thing in his mind. And instead of addressing that, she goes back now. Oh, you don't have to. The king is not worth or not fit for lamenting. You know that kind. She starts talking as though the exile of Rama is nothing. And that is the uppermost thing in his mind. When all of this came down, and she went on talking. Sometimes the best thing is not to talk. So that is what adding salt to the wound and then adding burning coal to the wound. Dilraj dhari phari lehi usas. He picked up himself and took a deep breath. And the words that follow here, after that deep breath, the words that follow from Bharat, I also am surprised when it's coming from Bharat. Papini, his mother is addressing her. You vile sinner, sabahivanti kula nasa. You have in every which way destroyed this family. This is the first line. Yesterday, when I was doing this thing, when we reached here, right? I was thinking, man, the words of Bharat, they're harsh words. Harsh words coming out to his mother. Remember, even Kausalya did not say anything about Kaikeyi. And again, just now, she will not say anything. So I was thinking, let us leave out that portion, Harsh words from Bharat to his mother, directly. Not about his mother, but directly to her. Let us leave out that portion. But today somebody called me. They said they were listening last night. And Swamiji, I hope you don't leave out those results. So now, it is there in Ramayana also, first thing. Second thing, Tulsidaji has written it. So if some things that are not fit to be in Ramayana, Tulsidaji doesn't write it. He leaves it out. But if he has written, and now people are listening and say, I can't leave out, but I decided today only when I got that call. Okay, I'll tell. So you prepare yourself for some harsh words. Not nice, but life is what it is. Jo pe kuruchi rahi ati tohi. If you had this evil design from the beginning, if you always had this evil design, janamata kahe na mare mohi. Why at birth didn't you just kill me? When I was born. You sent away my Rama. Why didn't you, if you had this plan from a long time, you should have just killed me when I was born. Pare kati. A pear kati. Te palo sicha. You cut down the tree and now you're watering the leaves. The tree will survive. Mina Yajna nisibari ulicha. You drained out the pond and you expect the fishes to survive. Bharat's words in now 161. हंस बंसु दशरथ जनको राम लखन से भाई राम राम लखन से भाई जननी तू जननी वही विधि सन कछु न बसाई सिया पर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम हंस बंसु दशरथ जनकु to have the Hans of the Raghukula as my father, Dasharaji Maharaj. Hans means the swan of the Raghukula as my father. Then Rama Lakshmana, to have brothers like Rama Lakshmana. And after all of that, I have a mother like you. To have such father and such brothers. I tell you, Bidhi Sana Kachuna Basai. Destiny has certainly dealt me a severe blow for me to have a father like you. Jab te kumati kumata jia thayau. So he called her Papini. Papini word. I'm not translating those words and all. Papini word, you have to use as Papini only. What to say? Now he calls her Kumati. Kumati means vicious and vile and wicked and all that kind of thing like that. Kumati, malicious. Kumati. Jabate he Kumati, Kumata jiyat hayau. When you contrived this devious plan, this evil plan, khanda khanda hoi, hridaya nagayau. Your heart did not split into smithereens. Tukure, tukure. Pieces to your heart did not split. Baramagat, and now see this is the important thing for Bharat. Baramagat, when you ask for this boon, especially the boon to send away Bhagwan, Ram. When you ask for this boon, Baramagat mana bhai nahi pira. It did not pain your heart to ask for this boon. Gari naji, your tongue did not fall out. Or waste away like that. Muha pareu nakira. Terrible thing. Maggots did not form in your mouth. Bhupa pratiti tori kimi. I don't know how that king had faith in you. Marana kala biti mati hari lini. It appears as though in the last hours of his life, when he was about to die, it looked like destiny stole away his mind. And he had faith in you. And then Bharat goes on to tell some, those that is too much for me, I will not say. You all go and read. Asa ko jeeva jantu jaga mahi. Jehi Raghunath prana priya nahi. Which living creature in this world does not love Ram? Which living creature does not love this Lord? Bhe ati ahit Ram teu tohi. And you turn averse to Ram? Which living creature does not love Ram? And you turn averse to Ram? Ko tu ahasi. Who are you? What are you? Human being or what? Satyaka o mohi. Tell me the truth. Are you human being? Or pisachini or what thing? A ghost. Like that he means now. Jo, anyway he says, Jo hasi, so hasi. Whatever you are, you are. And now he tells. Whatever you are, you are. Muha masi lai. Paint your face with ink and akhi ot uti baitahi jai, and turn away from me. I don't want to see your face again. Turn your eyes away from him. This is Bharat. Rama virodhi hridayate pragata kina vidhi mohi. Destiny has given me birth through a mother who turned averse to Ram. See my predicament, my condition. Mo samana ko pataki badika hau kachu tohi. Who is more unfortunate than me in this world? Who is more papi than me in this world? And useless telling you anything now. He tells to Kaikeyi. Now useless to tell you anything. In this whole, through the whole thing, Bharat is now holding himself responsible for the exile of Ram. Now, interesting story unfolds there. What is that interesting? Suni Shatrugna. Shatrugna, hearing this whole story, because Shatrugna is always there wherever Ram is and wherever Bharat is standing. So Shatrugna heard the whole thing. Suni Shatrugna, Matu Kutilai, the evil designs of the mother. Jarahigat Risa Kachuna Basai. His body burnt with anger. Shatrugna. He burnt with anger. And now, as he was burning with anger, how things play out and how karmas work, and karmas work like this. See exactly how karmas work. This conversation is going on between Bharat and Kaikeyi, and Shatrugna is standing there and he hears and he's burning with anger hearing this thing. Then what? Tehi avasar. At that same point in time now, Tehi avasar, Kubari taha ai. Manthara came there. This is karma. And Manthara came there how? Tulsi. Basana bhushana vibhida banai. She was bedecked in the best clothing and best jewelry and adornments and all that. Manthara came. Then, lucky, now Shatrugna is already burning with anger. Manthara came there dressed up the best. Because what? Her queen, Kaikeyi, is going to be Rajmata and Bharat is going to be king. This is what Manthara is thinking. So she dressed up the best and came. And there is gloom and despondence in all of Ayodhya. But Manthara comes like that. Lakhi, Risab, Hareu, Lakhana, Lagu, Bhai, Bharanata, Anala, Grita, Ahuti, Pai. When he saw Manthara in this condition, he got so flared up like when you throw ghee into the fire. Already fire burning, and now you throw ghee. Then, Humagi, he lurched forward and leaped forward and La Taki Kubari Mara, he gave her one kick right in the hunchback. All part of Ramayana, what to do? Parimahu Bharamahi Karata Pukara. And she screamed and bawled, falling on the earth by her face. Kubara Tuteu, her hunchback was broken. Hu Takaparu, head broken out, her skull. Dalita Dasana Mukha Rudhira Pracharu, and blood flowed from her mouth. I want you to see a very important thing also. Manthara did not ask for any boon. Who asked for the boon? Kaikeyi asked for the boon. And who got the beating? Manthara got the beating. From Ripusudan, Shatrugna. So then how you account for this thing? It is Manthara who, Kaikeyi who asked for these two boons. Kaikeyi, requested, Manthara did not have any boons to get. Because in both the minds of Bharat and Shatrugna, they knew, and we have been seeing this throughout the Ramayana also, as we are coming down, that Kaikeyi had an enormous amount of love for Bhagwan Ram. She had love for Ram more than she had for Bharat. We saw that. Huh? So the source of the anartha, the undesirable, the source is not Kaikeyi. The source of the anartha is Manthara. Then we say, but Manthara also was not responsible. The source of the anartha is Saraswati. And so Saraswati also is not responsible. The source is the Devatas. So then how do you account for Manthara getting a beating? It's a tremendous thing, isn't it? Anytime we cannot find the reason for something, first thing, we see, we don't know why Manthara got the beating. Anytime we cannot find the reason means in Sanskrit we call karana. Karana means cause. The cause for that event. Right? Please remember two things. One is, there is never an effect without a cause. This is the effect which he got the beating. There is a cause. Second, you cannot see the cause. You cannot see the cause. And whichever causes you are seeing, that cannot account for the effect. So then, it has to be some other cause. The cause which we cannot see. Because if you will ask, Kaikeyi asked for the boon, Manthara did not. Kaikeyi suffered in a different way. Different way means what? Kaikeyi suffered mentally because now her son is going to relinquish her. The same son for whom she had done all of these things. That son is going to reject her. Totally reject her. Bhagwan Ram had to come and beg Bharat to talk back to his mother. And of course Bharat will do anything that Ram tells. And this is long after. So the pain she has to go through till that happens, for a mother to be rejected by a son. Get out of my sight, I don't want to see you. Terrible thing, paint your face black and get out of my sight. Those strong words. You see? So she had to suffer that thing. Why? Because she gave in to Kusang. Kusang with Manthara. And Manthara was not responsible because Saraswati came and twisted her tongue. So when you're trying to find the cause of Manthara's beating, that cause is to us, to all of us, nihit. When that is hidden, we don't know the, but you have to always understand also one more thing. There is a cause somewhere in the, because karma pradhan, without some cause there is no effect. Without some karma there is no effect. You see? She screamed on the ground. And Ripusudan, Shatrugna, he was not finished. She was saying, what did I do to deserve this? She was still talking. What did I do? I was trying to help out and this is what I get. This is the normal thing, right? I was trying to help out and this is what I get. Like that, and Ripusudan got more angry, grabbed her by the head and then started dragging her. Tulsidas said, Bharat daya nidhi deen hi chadai. Daya nidhi Bharat. He told, you leave her. Then he left. Then Ripusudan left her. Kausalya pahige do bhai. And both of them went to Kausalya's place, Kausalya's palace. Then seeing Kausalya there, Malina Basana, Bivarana, Bikala, Kausalya in a terrible state, with tattered clothes, mind disturbed and mind worried and agitated. Krisa sharir, dukh bhari, with so much sorrow in her mind. And her body became lean, body became thin from worry. Kanaka kalapa, barabeli bana manahu, honey to tusar, like a golden, how Siddhaji never fails to describe Kausila in such wonderful way, like a golden creeper vine that has been withered by some frosty blast. Bharata hi dekhi matu tisi. In her condition also, when she saw Bharat, Tulsidas, she describes 163. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jai Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bharat hi dekhi matu uthi thai.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Muruchit avani pari jhaya.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
देखत भरत बिकल भय वारी.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
परे चरण तन दशा विसारी.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जय रघुराम
Jai Raghuram,
जय सीताराम
Jai Sitaram.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. भरत ही देखी मातु उठी धाई. Seeing Bharat coming, Mother Kausalya got up and she ran towards him. Murachita avani pari, and losing consciousness she fell to the earth. Jai ai, she got chakkar. Chakkar, you know? What is chakkar in English? Huh? Dizzy, dizzy. She got dizzy and she fell. Losing consciousness, muruchit. Muruchit means she lost consciousness, she fell. Why? No eating, no sleeping. Since this whole thing happened, no eating, no. 6 days. You must get dizzy and you must lose. Then, dekhat Bharat, bikkala bhai bhari, and Bharat saw this, how she collapsed. He became so miserable, so like a fish out of water, Bharat. Pare charanatana dasa abhisa. He fell on her feet, losing consciousness of his body also. Ma tuta kaha, mother, where is my father? Dehi dekhai. Show me my father. Where is my father? Kaha siya Rama Lakhan do bhai. Where is Rama, Sita, Lakshmana? Kai kata janami jaga majha. Why was Kaikai born in this world? Then Bharat is saying all of these things now. Why was Kaikai born in this world? Jau janami ta bhai kahe na bhanja. Banja. Why, even if she was born in this world, he's saying about Kaikai, why did she not remain barren? Then, kulak kalang kujehi janameu mohi. Apajasa bhajana priyajana drohi. Ko tribhuvana mohi sarisa abhagi. Who is there more unfortunate than me in the 3 worlds? Gati asi mori matu jehi lagi. To be born to such a mother who has brought kalanka, blemish on this whole family, brought blemish to all of us, and apajasa bhajan, a receptacle of all infamy. Priyajana Drohi, and hated by all the people of Ayodhya. To be born of such a mother who has you in this condition. You, Kausalya. This is Bharat. Huh? Pitu Sura Pura Bana Raghubara Ketu. She responsible for death of our father and Bhagwan Ram to go to forest. Mai keval sab anarata hetu. And this is the thing which pains Bharat the most, I told you, no? Mai keval sab anarata hetu. I am the cause of all of this calamity, all of this disaster. I am the cause. Digamohi bhayahu benubana agi. Fire on me. Who is responsible for bringing fire to the forest, like the bamboo causes the forest to catch a fire when they rub like that? Fire on me. I am like that. Dusahadaha dukadushana bhagi. To bring this great calamity to everybody. Fire on me. Ma tu bharata ke bachana mridu. Suni puni uthi sambhari. When the mother heard Bharat blaming himself like this, she, from the floor where she had collapsed, somehow she managed to get up. Le uthai lagai ur lochana mochati bari. She brought him to her heart, crying profusely at his words. Sarala subhaya maya here lie, bringing him to his heart, and in the very simple Sarala subhai. Sarala subhai means this is Kausalya, simple Netya Kausalya. Atihita manahu Ram Piri Aye. Speaking to console Bharat, don't worry. Rama and Lakshmana are okay. And when she saw Bharat and Shatrughna enter, she felt herself Atihita manahu Ram Piri Aye. She felt Ram himself had come. Simple Nitya Kausalya. And she saw Bharat, Reteu Bahuri Lakhana Laghubai, and she saw Shatrughna's Lakshmana, so kusanehana hridaya samai. And the sorrow in her heart was so much. Dekhi subhav kahat sab koi Rama matu asak kahena koi. When she saw Bharat and Shatrughna come, it was like Rama and Lakshmana themselves come. And Tulsidaji's comment, Dekhi subhav kahat sab ko, and all those people who saw, who were there, because there were people, all the apartment people, all the servants, this, that, who had come, everybody. No wonder she is the mother of Ram. Mata Bharat Godvai Thare Asu Pochi Mridu Bachana Uchare. She put him on her lap and she spoke with tears. Tulsidaji describes. Ajahu Bacha Bali Dhiraj Dharahu
Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Rama.
Kusamau samji sokh pariharahu.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Janimanahu jiya hane galani.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
काल करम गति घटित जानी.
Shri Ram Jai
Ram Jai Jai Rama.
काल करम गति अघटित जानी.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
Shri Ram Jai Ram
जय जय राम. Ajahu Bacha. Now my dear darling boy, like that. She addressed him. Bali Dhiraj Dharahu. You now have to pull yourself together. Kusamahu, you know it is not a good time. Samuji, sok pariharahu. It's not a good time to be lamenting and all of this thing. You drop all of this sorrow and Jani, and see her teaching now to Bharat. And that's why just everywhere, why she will not be the mother of Ram? Everywhere, Tulsidas, likes this line. Listen to her words to Bharat. Jani manahu hiya hani galani. Don't consider any of all of this to be any loss or any disaster or any calamity or any such thing. You understand? Kal karama gati agatita jani. You understand this is all the result of karma fructifying in its own time. This is how things happen. And don't, she tells also, kalahu dosha de kalahuhi kahuhi dosha dehu janitata. My dear, don't give any blame to anybody. And this is the reason why Kausalya herself never blamed Kaikeyi. She's telling Bharat also, don't blame anybody. Kahuhi dosu dehu janitata bha moha sababidhi bhama vidhata. You know that averse karma comes. So if there's karma done in the past, when the results come, we call it averse karma. Averse karma was done in the past. The result also is averse karma. Don't give any blame to anybody. It's just that the tides have turned and karma is coming back like that. Jau etahu dukh mohi jiawa ajahu ko janai katehi bhava. Even in all of this dukkha, still my life stays in my body. And that means she's accepting everything, and she accepts also that the body has to stay in the life. And they call prarabdha karma. The body has to stay in, and the life has to stay in that body for that person to go through all of those karmas until the karma gets exhausted. And now she tells Bharat. She tells the account of Bharat. Why Bhagwan Ram went to the forest and how the Kausalya tells. Just now who told the account? Kaikeyi tells. And you know, when everybody telling, they will tell from their own standpoint. Where Kaikeyi will make it look like whatever she did was the right thing. And now even though Kausalya is relating the story to Bharat, and it was really initiated by the boons requested by Kaikeyi. Listen to Kausalya's words. She is explaining to Bharat now how this whole thing happened. And her first words, Pitu ayasu bhushana basana tat taje raghuvir. Bisamau harashuna hridaya kachu pahire balakala cheer. This is number 165. Receiving the orders or the command of his father. Kausalya explaining to Bharat. Receiving the orders or the commands of his father. Bhushana basana tat taje. Raghubir, he gave up all princely ornaments and clothes and everything. And bisamau harashana hridaya. And in his heart, balanced in a state of equilibrium. Not happy, not sad. Kachu pahire balakala cheer. He put on the bark of trees as clothes. And mukh prasanna mana rangana roshu. His serene mind with no anger or no joy. Balanced, serene mind. Sabakara sababidhi kari paritoshu. And satisfying everybody. Chale bipin suni siya sanga lagi. He went to the forest with, and Sitaji joined him. Not one word again about Kaikeyi. Again, not a single word. Why he went? Receiving the command of his father. Why she will not be the mother of Ram? he left with Lakshmana and Sita ji. And like that, she went on for many, many lines. She went on for many, many lines explaining the departure of Bhagwan Ram. Then Bharat. Now see, the first thought that will come to everybody's mind, when Kaikeyi asked for these two boons, this is all natural to human nature. When Kaikeyi asked for these two boons, the first thought that will come to everybody's mind, did Bharat have any input in this planning by Kaikeyi? Because this is what happens in kingdoms. Wherever there is a monarchy, this is what happens, because there is always a vying for power. People want power. So Kaikeyi asked for these boons, and Bharat was away. Everybody will think, oh, maybe Bharat and Kaikeyi discussed this thing before Bharat left, and now Kaikeyi asked for these boons, and Bharat had a hand in this. So the first thing he tells to Kausalya Maya now, this is after 166, he tells. I'll just read the lines. Je agha matu pita sutta mare. The sin that accrues to a son that kills his mother and father. Gai goat Mahisura Pura Jare, the sin that accrues to a person who burns down the homes and village of all the brahmanas and the cows and everything. Je aghar tia balaka bada kinhe. The sin that accrues when mother and tia balak badha, mother and son are killed. This meet mahipati mahura dinhe. And the sin that accrues when somebody gives poison to his friend, all sorts like that, he goes on listing. Te pataka upapataka ahahi karama bachana mana bhava kavi kahi. All the sins that are written by all poets and everybody. Te pataka mohi hohu bithata. May all of those sins come to me. Bharat is saying, may all of those sins come to me. Jo yahu hoi mor matamata. If I had any hand in this, my mother, let those sins come to me. In other words, Bharat is telling from the very beginning, the first thing he explains to Kausalya is, I had absolutely no hand in, no knowledge, no nothing. Je pari hari hara charana pajahi bhagat ghor te kai gati mohi devu biti jau janani mata more. If I had any connivance with my mother in all of this, in this evil plan, may I get the sins that accrue to a person who relinquishes Hari, Har, everybody, God and all that, and worships all Bhoot. Bhoot means ghost. He drops Hari and drops Hara, Bhagwan, Vishnu, Shiva, everybody, and he worships all Bhoot. May all those sins come to me. And like that, Bharat goes on telling his mother, telling Mother Kausalya over and over. And Kausalya, in reply, now she knows all of this. Bharat does not have to tell, but that will be the first thing that will come on his conscience. People will think that he planned with his mother. In 168, see. भरत के बचन सुनी साचे सरल सुभायो राम साचे सरल सुभा कहती राम प्रियता तुम्हा सदा बचन मन काय सिया हर मातु भरत के बचन सुनी साचे सरल सुभाय. Listening to the simple, guileless words of Bharat, knowing that the mother Kausalya, she's कहती राम प्रिय तात तुम्ह सदा बचन मन काय. In body, speech and mind, I know, my dear son, that you are a devotee of Bhagwan Ram. You love Bhagwan Ram. Ram pran hute pran tumhare. Ram is like your own very life, but tuma raghupati hi pran hute pyare. And you are like Bhagwan's life breath only. Rama is like your life breath and you are like Rama's life breath. Mother Kausalya is telling these words. Bidu Bishya Chave Shrave Himu Agi. The moon will quicker give poison. You know, the moon gives nectar to plants, it is said. That's how plants grow nicely. The moon gives nectar to plants. The moon will quicker give poison. Shrave Himu Agi. And snow will quicker give fire. Hoi bari chara bari ragi. And fishes will quicker give up water and walk on land. Bhay gyanu baru mite namuhu. And quicker will knowledge not remove the darkness of ignorance. Tumarama pratikul naho. Then you turn averse to Ram. How Mother Kausalya knows about Bharat also. And how she loves this Bharat like she loves Ram. Those things will quicker happen than you turn averse to Ram. Mata tumhara yah jo jag kahi. And she says, she ends with this. Anybody in this world who says that you had something to do with this, so sapanehu sukha sugati nallai. In dream also, that person will not have a moment of happiness. Anybody who says that you had a hand in all of this. Asa kahima tu Bharat liye laye. And saying like this, she brought Bharat to her heart again. Thanapaya sravahi nayana jalachai. And just like I told you, we were seeing in one of the days, when she embraced Rama, how milk came out from her breast because of motherly love for that son. In the same way it came out for Bharat also. Tulsidas's description, so wonderful. Karatave bilapa bahuta ehi bhanti. Bait ehi biti gai saba rati. And like this, they had what we call one night wake. When Bharat came, they stayed up all night, Tulsidas described. Bilapa bahu ehi bhanti. Lamenting in so many ways. Baitehi biti gai saba rati. The whole night went away. Then next day, Tulsidas' description. Bamadev vasishta saba aaye sachiva mahajana sakala bolaye. Vamadev Rishi and Vasishta Rishi, two of them, Muni, came and they called all the ministers and all the people who were in charge of various things. Muni bahuvanti bharata upadese kai paramarata bachana sudese. The Muni Vasishta gave what you call like satsang, told all things from Shastras also, and spiritual messages and all. Tata hridaya Dilraj dharahu karahu so avasaru aju uthe Bharat guru bachana suni. The Guru told to Bharat, you collect yourself, pull yourself together, karahu jo avasara aju, and whatever is required now today, you do this, do that what is required. Uthe Bharat, and Bharat rose to the occasion also. Bachana suni karana kaheu sab saj. And he ordered everybody now, get all things together. What is that? All things together for the cremation of the, moving fast, cremation of Dasharatji Maharaj, already. Sarajuti rachi chita banai. On the banks of the Sarayu river, they made a pyre of wood. And Janu, Sura Pura Sopana Suhai. The pyre was like steps going up to Swarga. Such a pyre they made. And whatever Tulsidas describes, ehi vidhi daha kriya sab kini vidhivat nahi Nyai Tilanjali Dinhi. And according to the tradition, they did the Tilanjali and followed all the rules and all things which you know very much, all of you have seen already. And Jaha Jasa Munibara Ayasu Dinha, whatever the Rishi, Vasishta Maharaj told to Bharat to do this, do that, like that, directing according to Shastras. Taha Tasa Sahasavati Sabu Kinha. Bharat did 1,000 times more. You do this Tilanjali, he did 1,000 times. Sahasa. Do this for your father. 1,000 times he'll do it. Just to make sure. With so much of love. Pay Visuddha Diye Sabadana. And then purifying themselves and all at the end. He gave so much of dan. Te, Nubaji, Gaja, Bahana, Nana. Elephants and horses and chariots and so many things they gave away in dana. Singhasana, Bhushana, Basana, Anna, Dharani. Dhana, Tham. They gave away houses and land and food and clothing and jewelry and seats, Singhasana, all sorts of De Bharat Lahi, Bhumi Sura, Bhe, Paripurana Kam. Fulfilling all the requirements for the Shrad of his father, like this 170 or 10 dohas for tonight. We read many of these dohas. So the cremation of Dasharathji Maharaj is over. Now what will happen? Now the kingdom is supposed to go to Bharat. So one thing is over. Bharat, according to the father, he said, Peter, Ayasu, the command of the father, Rama left. So in the same way, the second command will be for Bharat to take kingdom. Well, that is another big story all by itself. Okay, so we shall see this tomorrow. Now let me tell you some. So Maniram ji and his group sang today Dasha Doha. Thank you very much for coming out and singing. It's wonderful to have you. All right. Tomorrow satsang? Huh? Tomorrow's satsang will be at the ashram. We want to say a special thank you to Satish Ramrup ji and Shrimati Ramrup and the members of this wonderful ashram. You all have done such a wonderful welcome to all of us, and we thank you very much for hosting and having us here today. We will call on Mrs. Ramrup to Ramrup. Actually, in Trinidad we say Ramrup to receive this small token. This is the whole Ramayana in 500 hours, more than 500 hours, which we did in 2017-18 for you and the members. All right. Mr. Sujit Kanhai will now give a short vote of thanks, and then we will conclude.
So Sitaraman, Hari Om again. How lucky am I? Got to give thanks. So, you know, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, as we all know, whatever has happened for the best. Whatever is happening for the best, and whatever will happen for the best. However, things don't just happen. We have to make it happen. The good Lord blesses us to make sure that we get it, get it done, but we have to make it happen. So, as such, it is important for me to recognize and to appreciate the efforts of people, especially in this setting, to make sure that I recognize and appreciate those people that made it happen. First of all, I would like to thank everybody here, because without your presence, this evening's satsang could not have been as devotional as it was. So thank you all very, very much. Ravi and Kiran, thank you all very much for the expert sound system. And I must make mention of your dad, Mr. Ramkir, a legend in the sound system business. Mrs. Bishram and Pandit Bishram, thank you very much. They have prepared, not only prepared, but boxed and delivered the meals for this evening. So thank you very much. I'm sure that will be very, very delicious. The staff and teachers at Pranava Educational Institute, our own school here, and our sevaks, our Pranava Ashram sevaks, very hardworking people. And all these people are led, as Swami said, by Pandit Satish Ramrup and Mrs. Ramrup. And we also want a big special mention of the decorators, because all these decorations were done for Shivratri, and thankfully it was here for this, well, miraculously it was here for this occasion also. So thank you all very much, the decorators, and you know who you all are. I'm not going to call you by name. And they always make sure that the ashram is ready and prepared for fulfilling its purpose, and that is to be a place of devotion and worship to God. Certainly, we have to thank the Chinmaya mission, led by Swami Prakashananda ji. Swami, not only for offering us this ashram, this opportunity, but also for embarking on this yatra to propagate our culture, our religion throughout the country. Thank you very much for that, because I'm sure that a lot of people will learn from things like this. So it is very, very nice to see, and of course, all your ably assisting brahmacharinis and brahmacharis who make sure that they do the footwork to get things done. They are very hardworking, and thank you all very much also. So Swami, we have also a token for you. It's a fruit basket, a prasad. Right, so just in concluding, as I mentioned, the meals are already boxed. So we have them in the hall right at the back there. That's to the eastern side of the temple when we exit. The hall is prepared. Tables are there, chairs are there. You all can dine with us tonight if you so choose. But if you don't, the boxes are there. You can just collect and then exit. I do hope that everybody had a devotional experience, a religious experience, a spiritual experience, and I hope that you leave here elevated, let's say, and that we all reach home safely to our respective homes. And I look forward to probably coming to the ashram tomorrow, as you said, the ashram hosting tomorrow night. So thank you all again very much. Sitaram and Hari Om.
Thank you, Hari Om. Okay. Please have a look at our bookstall at the back there. Bookstall at the back there. Nirvana Shatakam explanation is very nice explanation by Guruji. Mano buddhi hankara chittani naham, you all know. Shivoham, Shivoham, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivo. This explanation. Wonderful Vedanta. The Bal Ramayana, Ramayana for children. Bal Ramayana doesn't mean, well, it's small. It's small also. It's for small people. Bal Ramayana. But here is a special you will not get anywhere. This is the whole Ramayana, Hindi and English, both. 3 things are there. Hindi means Avadhi, then transliteration and translation also. All 3 are there. And it is only $175. Actually, we bought this just for seva. If you could get this for less than 175 anywhere, we'll give you one free. You can't actually. $400-500 wait it'll be. So it is there so that people can get the benefit of the Ramayana. Please have a look there. On April 16th, we have at the ashram the annual Hanuman Puja. You can call 679-3652. We have 108 Bedis lined up, and we have Hanuman Puja, collective, Samashti Hanuman Puja it is called. Okay, collective Hanuman Puja, April 16th, Hanuman Jayanti. All right. July 20th to 25th, we have at the ashram camp, residential camp. You have to come and stay. This is something which happens in such a big way in India. Here, nothing has to come back, you know. You come and stay in an ashram and learn Vedanta for 5 days. What happens is you get cut off from the outer world, and your mind becomes more focused, integrated and all that. And so the learning of Vedanta mind becomes conducive to learning Vedanta. Learning becomes more easy. That is something which is done so much. And here it is about time that we bring back. There are so many things I tell that we have lost. You know? We bring back those type of things. There are people who leave home in India in millions and they go and stay in ashrams everywhere. That experience we must have. Otherwise, what happens? We become true householders. Householders means what? We hold on to the house. We can't leave. Swamiji, I couldn't come satsang today. Why? Nobody to see the house. People say nobody to see. One lady tells me there was nobody to see the dog. I'm not telling all. I'm telling which stories I heard in all of this. So many places I go and I hear so many things. She said there was nobody home to see the dog, so I had to stay home with the dog. So she missed Bhagavad Gita, the word of the Lord of the universe is speaking. He missed that to stay home to see the dog. Another one to see the house. So learning to renounce and do it less and all that is a big, big thing. So coming to the camp in July to stay there, of course, first come, first serve, we might only have place for 100 people, I think. All right. ठीक है, आरती के लिए खड़ी हो जाइए, कल देखेंगे आश्रम में. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद, वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद. सुख सनकादिशेष सारद, बरनी पवन सुत कीरति की. आरती श्री
रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की.
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश, छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस. मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस, सार अंश सम्मत सब ही की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण
भवत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुघट संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी कागे भुषुंड गरुड़ के नीति
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियपी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियपी
कलिमल हरणी विषय रस पीकी सुभग सिंगार मुक्ति जुमती की चलन रोग भव मोरियमी की दात मात सब विधि तुलसी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय
जय राम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महा